A marine life specialist tells us that something a little fishy is going on out there with the recent shark attacks. Stay close for that.
Meanwhile, Abilities Unlimited recently toughed it out through some inclement weather, but they still managed to bring some sunshine in.
Plus, the frame and flow mixer recently brought the modeling and photography industries together. Details straight ahead.
And coming up in sports, Team Bahamas dominates at the Davis Tennis Cup in Trinidad and Tobago.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royson Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. We
have to keep an eye on tropical storm Erin. Based on the modeling, it seems at the moment that it may be traveling close to our Chatham Island, so we'll keep a watch of that, of course.
We will keep a watch, but I believe in the whole speak it thing. I am confident that it's going to go away.
Yes, law of attraction.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for, praying for. Yes, and we have to stay prepared, but still, that's what I'm pulling for.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure Basil has all the details coming up in weather later on tonight. And before we start tonight, I also understand we have a number of viewers from the Philippines watching tonight. So salamat sa panonood, magandang gabi. And now, let's dive right into the news. It's not exactly a shark's tale, but a local marine official is calling for stronger regulations and enforcement on marine tourism practices after a series of shark attacks took place in local waters. Our Maya Moss tells us more tonight.
Powerful, swift, silent. Sharks have ruled the oceans for millions of years. In Bahamian waters, they are both a symbol of natural beauty and a reminder that the sea is not without its dangers. On July 28, 2025, that danger became all too real for an American tourist. Mike Rake, boating near Manjac Key in the Abaco Islands, police say that the man was dangling his leg in the water when a shark struck, biting him and causing him serious injury. He was rushed to a local clinic for treatment and later released. Officials have not yet confirmed the type of shark that was involved. The attack is the latest in a troubling series of incidents in recent months. In February of this year, 2 American tourists were bitten in Bimini Key. And in December of 2024, a Massachusetts woman was killed while paddleboarding off New Providence. Director of Marine Resources Lester Giddens detailed the typical shark activity patterns, underscoring the urgent need for heightened awareness among beachgoers.
It's a major public concern. Persons need to understand that there are things that they can do to avoid shark attacks. And at the same time, they have to understand that sharks are there to stay. So we're going to, design our educational campaign about appreciating the full perspective, what you can do to remain safe, and also to understand the benefits of sharks. Sharks, as top predators, they're known to feed at the twilight time, that is at dusk or dawn. And so around those times, I wouldn't say you have to stay out of the water, but I would say to be even more vigilant.
Giddens also highlighted that the rising frequency of shark attacks poses as a significant threat to our tourism industry.
Definitely. Any negative interactions can be blown out of proportion with tourists. And so, yes, it would be a concern if we're not on top of it as a government to make sure the correct information gets out there.
Here, the ocean is breathtaking, a masterpiece of nature's hand. But beneath the surface, the rules are unchanged. Caution keeps this beauty from turning into tragedy. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Thanks, Amaya. Well, Abilities Unlimited bringing the community together this weekend, holding its first annual Summer Fun Fest on Dolphin Drive. The fest, a cookout aimed at raising funds for disabled individuals within the country, was originally meant to be a family fun day, but inclement weather created a change in plans. Director of Abilities Unlimited, Carmen Forbes, notes that while a lot of the initial fun had to take place indoors, the main purpose of the event was not forgotten.
Well, this is a part of our Fun Fest. It was supposed to be larger, but because of the inclement weather, we had to break it down. But come August 23rd, that's when we would have our raffle again, and we'll have more vendors in them, open, and most of the money that is generated from that, then they would actually, give us a donation to complete the work what is being done.
With building renovations required and funds needed for community projects, President of Pinewood Kiwanis Branch, Paula Woodside, notes that her division is willing to support all initiatives produced by Abilities Unlimited because of its worthy cause.
Throughout the year, we were partnering with them. We had, we call it yard sale in Bahamian terms, where we had selling clothing, baby items, etc., so that they can get funds for their other activities. So this is another activity that we really wanted to show out and help them and assist them as best as possible. So that's why we are supporting them strong, and anything that they need assistance with, once they give us a call, we are here, rain or shine.
Certainly a worthy cause indeed. Thanks, Marlena. From the click of the camera to the perfect pose, Frame and Flow brings together models, photographers, and videographers for an afternoon of creativity and collaboration.
Creativity taking center stage at Ice Gallery and Studio this weekend as groups of models, photographers, and videographers gathered for the first annual Frame and Flow Mixer, a collaborative photo shoot experience designed to spark connections and showcase Bahamian talent. Event founder Dorian Rose says that as a creative, he understands the struggle of trying to foster growth within the orange economy.
I think this is very, very, very important because, like I said, there aren't much events like this. Usually people have to get their work done online. They have to do cold approaches to photographers. Sometimes they have to deal with them not answering. So this is a good centralization of everyone here to be able to connect. For the orange economy, I think is very good because we need more creatives connecting together.
The event providing the opportunity for creatives to not only build their portfolio, but network with others in the business. This centralized hub of creativity is what ICE Studio supervisor Edian Wims says the organization is focused around.
ICE stands for Incubator for Collaborative Expression. So our belief is that community should come together. That's one of the main things. And, you know, Doreen having this vision of seeing multiple photographers, multiple models in one space, and, you know, connecting, networking, and stuff like that. That was the retouch home for us, you know. So that was one of the most important things.
For the creatives participating, the event is not just about striking poses or capturing moments, but about sharing their passion and telling their stories.
I'm here to kind of like scout and introduce my creative consultancy brand service that will be launching later this month.
I wanted to more be established and promote a lot of Bahamian, literally just Bahamian. I just want to promote more of the Bahamas, anything Bahamas.
It seemed like a great opportunity to just network, meet new people, meet photographers, just get contacts, and like I say, just have a good time.
With lenses meeting talent and creativity coming alive, it's safe to say that the first Frame and Flow event was a complete success. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Marisha Barrows.
Creativity on full display and ensuring the orange economy reigns very strong. Still to come, recently appointed to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, Marion Bethel joins us live in studio tonight. And we understand our unsettling weather is looming out there, and our weatherman Basil Dean is on the other side of the break to tell us more about it. So stay close.
The Ministry of Education Preschool Unit hosted a 2-week transition program at Delma Gibson Primary School. 13 preschoolers participated in this program.
The council is legally responsible for children 5 and under. Now let me clarify 5. If your child is 5 by September 30th, according to the Education Act, that child is a grade 1. We are still on the British system. If the child is not by September 30th, then that child is under the preschool and daycare center council.
I'm sure that the experts, they're the ones who have, of course, the wealth of knowledge in this thing. And it's for us as parents, to be putting on the parents' cap to listen, to engage when necessary, and then to perform, to put up and show that we know what we're doing. Because it's the future of our lives and the future of this country sitting right over there.
I've been doing it for 12 years now, so it's nothing new. However, every year is going to be a challenge and it's always different, but it's nothing new.
When I first came into the program
Some of them were shy, they cried, but the second day they got used, and by the end of the second week, in a word I will use, they would say they have come out of their shell.
Who's the real MVP of the soil, the hero of the harvest? The Agrarian Awards 2025 is here, and we want you to nominate the farmer who's growing greatness in your community. 8 categories up for grabs and a chance to win up to $50,000 in cash prizes. Brought to you by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Agricultural Development Organization, honoring the hands that feed the nation. Visit adobahamas.org to submit your nomination for the Agrarian Awards 2025.
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
Don't be no fool, stay in school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom-made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street.
Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast. The tropics continue to heat up, and we had Tropical Storm Erin form earlier this morning in the far eastern Atlantic at 5 o'clock this afternoon, while the center of Erin was some 2,155 miles to the east of the northern Leeward Islands, and it's moving at a very good clip towards the west at 21 miles per hour, but we expect that to slow down over the next several days, and some gradual intensification of this system will take place, and by Wednesday, we could see a hurricane on our map, and that will continue pushing towards the west, becoming a major hurricane as we head into the weekend. And if we are lucky, this thing could turn towards the north and remain to the east of the Bahamas. As we go to our computer models, the majority of them are in agreement, saying that we will have that turn towards the north before it reaches us, meaning Erin should stay to the east of us. But there's a handful of models that's bringing that right into the southeast and central Bahamas, so we cannot relax our laurels. We'll have to continue to monitor this one over the next several days and keep you posted. And looking at our live weather radar, all those rain showers we had for the past several days has now moved towards the west and into the Gulf of Mexico, but we'll continue to have 1 or 2 pockets of showers developing during the course of the night and tomorrow. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide will take place at 10:14 tonight, and for the central and southeastern islands, we'll have a southeast flow at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet, so we're asking small craft in the central and southeastern islands to exercise some caution. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, the winds become light and variable with very flat sea conditions for the northwestern islands. High tide 10:41 in the morning, low tide at 4:54 in the afternoon for the central islands. Southeast winds 10 to 50 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, we'll have that zonal flow. That is winds out of the east at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights remaining at 3 to 6 feet, so that caution flag continue to hold. And then on Wednesday in the northwestern islands, once again, light and variable winds with flat seas. High tide 11:30 in the morning, low tide 5:47 in the afternoon. Easterly winds for the central islands at at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave fights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, we have that persistent easterly flow at 12 to 18 knots, and the wave fights 3 to 6 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Say you're hanging out with the gals who want to run. Say your man at home, he ain't no fun. Say he pay all the bills and he minds the kids. Only work at home, he ain't got no thrills. But what goes around comes back around.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marlena.
Thanks, Basil. Well, on June 27th of this year, during the 55th regular session of the General Assembly of the Organization of American States, or OAS, the election to appoint new members to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights was held. And at that time, 3 available seats were filled, and one of them by Bahamian Marian Bethel. The IACGHR is one of the main organs of the Inter-American system responsible for promoting and protecting human rights throughout the Americas, to include the Bahamas. Tonight, we welcome Marian Bethel, the attorney with vast experience in international human rights. Welcome to Access Now.
And thank you so much for having me, Marlena. I really appreciate it.
I'm so excited for you to be here. Now,
thank you.
Marian, you've also served as a member and also vice chairperson for CEDAW. What was that experience like for you?
Absolutely extraordinary. I spent 8 years, from 2017 right through to 2024, December 2024, in Geneva. 3 times a year, we would go there. That is where the human rights bodies sit for the United Nations. And it was there that during a 3 to 4 week session, 3 times a year, we would monitor the compliance of member states of the UN in regard to UN CEDAW. And so over a period of 8 years, I would have met, along with my team of 23 other experts, we would have met with perhaps 160 out of the 193 member states of the United Nations in regard to their state reports in terms of complying with the UN CEDAW Convention. So it was an extraordinary experience. I loved every minute of it. It was challenging very often, but at the end of it, I was totally gratified and had learned so much about international law, international human rights law, international humanitarian law. So it was 8 years of just absolute rigorous work.
But just full of purpose.
Full of purpose.
You never walk away from it wondering, why am I doing
Yes, why I was doing it, no. And I really enjoyed my colleagues who were part of the 23 experts on this UN CEDAW committee, and just all of the different activities that we had to do to really monitor the compliance. And we also sat as a quasi-judicial body, so we would entertain petitions from individuals from around the world in terms of human rights violations.
Concerns.
And we would then decide on admissibility of the petition, and we would then adjudicate it, and the state party would then actually implement whatever findings we had in regard to the violations.
So obviously now you're kind of shifting into a different position with the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. How do you feel like that shift is going to, within that group, you're working on being effective in that purpose? How do you guys make the most effort to be effective?
Right, so it's a very different kind of procedure and process. At the UN on CEDAW, there were 23 of us. At the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, there are 7 commissioners. So a totally different magnitude. At the UN, you're talking about 193 states.
Right.
In the Organization of the American States, you're talking about 34 state parties. So it's a different way of operating and a different scale of operation. So we meet again 3 times a year in Washington, D.C. this time, so my travel time will be much more
Same time
limited. Right, same time zone, exactly, and much more limited, thank goodness. And it's 2 weeks at a time rather than the 3 to 4 weeks in Geneva. And there's 7 of us, and so again, we do the same kind of human rights compliance work with the member states, Canada, the United States, Uruguay, Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda. All the states in the OAS are monitored by us for human rights. We also entertain and accept petitions from individuals throughout the Americas.
Still an option.
It's still an option. And so we sit as a judicial body to do that. We also have to take certain cases to the American Court on Human Rights, which sits in Costa Rica in the Organization of American States. So it's quite robust. Each of the 7 commissioners, we have rapporteurships, thematic rapporteurships. So, for example, I might be a rapporteur for indigenous people throughout the Americas, or migrant people, or people of African descent. It depends on...
And it all applies.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Now, I would love to have you back because, as I was saying in the teaser, I'm so excited that you're here.
Yes, and we're almost finished.
Yes.
We are finished.
Yes. But I would love to have you back just to talk about, where we are in the country with human rights.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much and congratulations again. Can't wait to have you back on the show. But now it's time for us to take a peek at what's coming up in Zedna's Total Sports.
Coming up in sports, the Bahamas dominates at this year's Davis Cup. More details coming up next.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
It's hot outside, but inside the savings are super cool at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. JBI long grain rice, 5 pounds, $3.79. Jakar vegetable or canola oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Rainbow green or dried pigeon peas, 15 ounces, $1.39. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $4.99. Whole chickens, $1.89 per pound. Super savings all summer long at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. On the tennis court, the Bahamas men's team dominated at this year's Davis Cup in Trinidad and Tobago, going undefeated against 5 nations. Positioned within Group 4, the Bahamas defeated Cuba, Antigua and Barbuda, Suriname, Panama, and the Cup's host country. Team Bahamas' success would lead to a zone promotion to Group 3 for next year's Cup. Players Dante Ambrister, Kofi Bow, Michael Major Jr., Denali Nottage, and Captain John Antonis arriving at the Lyndon Pinley International Airport on Sunday, donning their new medals and being met with a warm welcome by family and supporters.
It's incredible, from last year to this year. We had a huge chip on our shoulder. We proved everybody wrong, and I'm glad that we did it. I went to war with these guys every day. Shout out to Coach John Antonis. So it was amazing, man.
I've been playing with them from I was 3-4 years old now, and then coming into the summer, we practiced every day for the summer. We prepared for it. We expected to win, but it's different to expect and then go down and actually do it. So I'm just proud of these guys, man. I really am.
The players also discussed handling adversity in pool play.
Messed up my ankle real bad in the second set, but I was like, bro, I got to keep going, and I did it for my boys and pulled through, and we got the dub.
We had a chip on our shoulder from last year to this year. So, everyone was on the same page, first of all. We knew we had a goal, a mission to set out, and, we was locked in from day one to now. And, yeah, we just kept each other focused, motivated, and Coach was there to lead us through it. And yeah, we just went out there, stayed focused throughout the week, and got the job done.
And an emotional Captain Antonis touched on the resilience and determination of his squad.
The team spirit, the fight, the unity, the will to win, we proved it. Yeah. And it's one thing that we were seeded one in our group and won all our matches, and then won the one at the end to qualify, and they played brilliant. And Bahamas, I'm so proud of these guys to be a part of this team.
Over in Paraguay, the Junior Pan American Games are well underway, and the Bahamas has 15 athletes seeing action across 6 disciplines. For the first time in Pan Am history, the Bahamas is represented in judo and has already picked up a medal courtesy of the efforts of Xavier Johnson. The Bahamian judoka secured bronze in the men's under 66 kilogram category, defeating Mateo Condon of Peru in 3 minutes 6 seconds by Ippon, which is considered the highest score a fighter can achieve. Early in the competition, Johnson making his presence felt in his debut, defeating Mexico's Ian Aguirre by Ippon in just a few seconds. And that's been your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
Fuel the difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
You're looking at an aerial view of the International Straw Market located in downtown Nassau. This structure was originally built in the 1940s. What made it famous was when after World War II ended, many North Americans traveled to the Bahamas and visited the market for authentic strawcraft souvenirs. This shot is brought to you by our Kyson Miller. But it's time for us to head down to Eleuthera to see what's hot there. Let's go.
Tonight from Nassau, we're focusing on Eleuthera, one of my favorite islands, and an island celebrated for its oh-so-sweet pineapples. But what the story is about, it's what's growing in the fields and what's growing in the community. The Men of Faith Fire Department is working to expand their fire stations so they can better protect homes, families, and yes, even the pineapple fields. However, the project still needs essential equipment and supplies. Now they're calling on the public for donations to help turn this vision into reality.
Property here. It's the future site for the Man of Faith Fire Department. They were established from 2015, and now we're looking for extra space because where we are right now, we have outgrown the space with our equipment. And so we are soliciting donations to help us build this station. Any donation would be acceptable. And so these fire trucks will fight fire throughout the whole island.
So inspiring to see community pull together. I hope everyone goes deep in the pocket to assist Men of Faith. It seems like a very worthy cause. But it's time for us to check in with our social media team. Our Matea Cunningham is standing by with Let's Talk Socials.
Hi everyone, my name is Matea and welcome back to Let's Talk Socials, the Access Now social media segment where I bring the scroll to your TV. We've all had the weekend to refresh, so let's refresh our feeds and see what's popping in the digital world today. Today we're featuring a mother and daughter duo. Social media user Ashanti K posted a video of her and her mom doing a strut to the song That Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica. And let's just say it's true. Black doesn't crack. Check this out.
I'm sorry that you seem to be confused. He belongs to me.
These ladies look absolutely amazing. They both don't even look over 25. Hard to believe that one of these ladies birthed the other, right? Anywho, let's talk analytics. As of today, the video has 600 likes and 11K views. The video is showcasing two undeniable things. One being that it's so satisfying to see a mom and daughter showcasing a healthy relationship. And two, audiences love family content. That's all for today. My name is Matea, and this has been Let's Talk Socials.
Yeah, I'm always hoping my mom's side is going to pull through with the anti-aging with my skin.
I know. And I think my great-grandmother on my dad's side told me that the secret to long life is garlic and clear conscience.
Oh, the clear conscience thing, yeah, stop you from frowning.
Yep. That's going to do it for tonight for Access Now. Make sure to join us tomorrow night when we have a sit-down with our outreach servant, Dave Sands, who joins us to talk about the upcoming Jesus Walk.
Stay tuned for Corvell Pyfrums at 11 p.m. with the last newscast of the land.
Good night, everyone.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.